historic piece of property located at 4736 Middle River Road here in the town. The home and 2.5-acre property were built and designed in 1915 by John Olmsted, son and business partner of Frederick Law Olmsted, who are world-renowned landscape architects, known for designing many of the national parks that are still enjoyed today by millions. Most notably to the area, the country's first national park, which is Niagara Falls State Park. When Frederick Law Olmsted first came to Buffalo, the land surrounding Niagara Falls was privately owned and inaccessible to the public. Olmsted worked to free the falls and designed it to be what we now know and enjoy today. The home and property were owned and maintained by the Olmsted family for 70 years. I have begun discussions with local groups to host tours and possibly charity events on the river. We hope to give back to our community and the underprivileged. If any local group or charity is interested, they can reach out to me directly. If any town board member would like to tour the property or learn more about its history, please let me know and we can make those arrangements. I am a good neighbor. I pay my taxes and other bills on time. Our property is well maintained. The garbage is put out and the cans retrieved in a timely manner. I just went and did that today. My guests do not infringe upon my next door neighbor's enjoyment of their property. My next door neighbors have contact information to reach out if they have any concern. I employ several Lewiston residents and to help maintain the property. It is a very big feat. It's a huge, very cumbersome property, probably more than I even imagined, but it honestly has been a pleasure. My guests visit local shops and restaurants and therefore contribute meaningfully to the local economy. There are many people in our community that appreciate our property and how it contributes positively to Lewiston. As town officials, you represent all of us in the community, not just a few loud voices. I ask each of you to talk with the local business owners whose voice is overwhelming. Their number is greater than the few individuals who show up to board meetings, make countless FOIL demands, or spend money on lawyers pestering the town. Ask our local business owners if they need more customers or appreciate when visiting guests spend money in their establishment. Thanks for the time tonight to address you, and I look forward to showing you some of this wonderful property.
Thank you very much. Okay, department head statements. Town clerk, Donna?
The town received a letter from the Lewiston Garden Fest chairperson saying that they had a very successful 17th year, and they want to thank the town of Lewiston's generous support. Without the financial support of the local governments and businesses in our community, the event would not be possible. So that's all right.
Thank you.
I also just want to inform the board that I am going out for bid for a 3-year HVAC maintenance contract for the Lewiston Town Hall and the Senior Center. The bid's already been in the paper. They will be opened on September 18th.
Okay.
Someone will look at those to see that they're all right. I also would like to have permission to go ahead and go out to bid to replace the windows of the town hall and the court office entrance door on where the employees come through that that door over there.
I think what we need to do, you and I talked about that, and I will work with you. We need to get a spec of what we want to put out the bid.
Okay.
So,
Al, do we need a motion to allow Donna and I to work? No, nothing?
I don't believe so.
Yes. Yep.
Short and save money that way.
Yeah, I talked to him today about that. So,
Yeah, so I don't think you need board approval or anything.
Okay, I did reach out to Melinda, and she forwarded me the senior center window and door replacement project that they did back in 2020 that apparently I typed, but I don't remember doing.
Okay,
So we'll work with that and go
Okay.
forward with that.
good.
Okay, that's all.
Okay. Approval of the meeting minutes from the town board meeting on July 24th.
Move for approval of the town board meetings, July 24th, 2023, as printed.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Audit payment, Councilman Jacoby.
I move to approve the regular abstract of claims number 23-01970 through 23-02189 and recommend payment in the amount of $553,741 plus a post audit of $13,889.
Second. A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I also, that was, I'm sorry, for August
Okay, that was the first.
14th, and now it's for August 28th. I move to approve the regular abstract of claims and 23-02190 through 23-02321 and recommend payment in the amount of $414,120.54 plus a post audit of $10,555.96.
Second. A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, John. Pending old business, we have none. New business, Donna, any residents, public correspondence? Already took care of. I'm sorry, in heading back to the department head statement, I know we were all with Donna there. Captain, anything for?
No report, just what's on the agenda.
Okay. Deputy Supervisor Conrad, anything? Jeff, anything? Okay. Ed, anything from the building department? No? Melinda?
Well, we're having our end of summer picnic on Wednesday, and we'll have the fairground music. That will be playing from 11 to 12, I believe. So there'll be hot dogs and picnic food if anybody wants to stop by. And don't forget, next month, September, is National Senior Center Month. So seen it, and you wonder what I'm always talking about, maybe stop in, might give it a chance to check it out. You might need it in the future.
If any board members are available, can they help serve?
Sure, absolutely.
This Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be on vacation in North Carolina. I'm driving to the storm, so anybody else wants to come?
Hot dog.
Yeah. Bribing. Tim, anything from Recreation?
Yeah, just some updates. We just finished our camps this year. They went tremendous, great turnout. We're actually looking to move forward and add another camp at Fletcher Road. We'll get approval next year. Yoga's been going great. We've got such a great turnout for that. We're actually going to add some more dates coming up, weather permitting, obviously, before we move it into the senior center. Our festive fall is October 14th down at Kiwanis. We also will be doing our trunk or treat on October 28th at Kiwanis. You'll all be updated. I'll give you all the info before that. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. In Portland too, November, we have our skate with NU. We have 16 open skates. We're looking at several events there. Special events, so we're looking right now for sponsors for those special events. The price last year was $400 for any organization want to do it. We haven't finalized it. I'm still waiting back from NU whether anything went up or not. We've got a couple already that are looking to sponsor, so keep moving forward.
And then Cornhole.
Cornhole starts next Tuesday, 6
And it-
p.m. Kiwanis.
And it's adults, right?
It's adults, 18 and up.
18 and up,
18 and
because
up.
I know that was a big question, so.
Yeah, it says on the flyer, you just gotta scroll down a little bit more.
Okay,
I'll make it bigger next year. So
okay, awesome.
Tim, is that a competitive,
Cornhole?
yeah,
Cornhole this year is just gonna go through September. It's not competitive. What I wanted to do is just open it up and see what kind of turnout we get.
Yeah.
And then moving forward, kind of make it an organized league.
Okay.
You know, depending whether we do co-ed, we do young adults, older adults, seniors.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I just want to get the feedback and see what the community thinks, and moving forward, I eventually love to put it down, during the summertime at the Fletcher Road Park
Yeah.
down there, so nice scenery, and play down there.
They played at our picnics all the time at our house.
Wonder if you were going pro or something.
Not me, not me. I've got essentially a crippled brother-in-law from his appearance. They said, let him throw one. He goes up and throws 3 in a row right in. Right in, 3 in a row. They thought I brought a ringer in.
Yeah.
Then he limps away,
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay, sorry about that, jumped ahead. So under my liaison report, so what we are doing is we're introducing a local law amending our water rates.
Mr. Supervisor, I kind of provide
Okay,
a brief
go ahead.
explanation. So back
Yep.
when the town had modified the law to authorize the town board to change rates by resolution versus a modification in the law, they inadvertently took out the process by which out-of-district water rates were set, and it was only contemplated that there were in-district. And we have a couple out-of-district users.
5,
So,
yeah.
and so in order to do that, we just have to modify the language very slightly to include that the town board has the authority to set in-district and out-of-district water rates by virtue of resolution. And that's what this law does.
Okay, so we're introducing a local law. We'll need a, do you want me to read it real quick?
I don't think it's necessary, but you can if you'd like.
Okay, it'll only take a second. Local law amending A-367-44 water rate set. Section 1 titled, this law shall be known as local law number 3 of the year 2023. Entitled, a local law amending section A-367-44 water rate set. Section 2 purpose. The purpose of this local law is to amend the code of the town of Lewiston to allow for the town board of the town of Lewiston to establish water rates for both in-district users and out-of-district users. Amendment. Accordingly, A-367-44 water rate set is hereby deleted in its entirety and replaced with the following language. A-367-44 water rate set. Town Board of the Town of Lewiston shall from time to time set water rates for both users within the water district of the Town of Lewiston and for users outside of the water district of the Town of Lewiston. Said user rates shall be established separately by Town Board resolution and shall be made publicly available by the Town of Lewiston Water Department. Section 4, when effective, this local law shall become effective immediately upon its filing in the office of the Secretary of State. So we will have a public hearing, or schedule a public hearing on September 11th at 6 p.m., correct?
So, I'll make the motion, so move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And just a quick explanation, when we get billed from the Niagara County Water District, we get billed for out-of-district water rates. So we need to charge accordingly for what the county is charging us. So that's the reason for that local law. Okay? The modern agreement. I'm sorry, did anybody print that?
No, I didn't.
I didn't print it. So basically,
Here.
you got it, thank you, Don. Sorry. So basically, we had talked about at our last meeting with the new totes that Modern was gonna pay for the totes in their entirety, and then any future grant that we got would go towards Modern, and usually it's a 50% grant. So we have an agreement with Modern that our attorney, Al Bax, has approved, and basically, it's just to approve the agreement and allow me to sign it.
You want a motion?
Yes.
Move for approval of the resolution as presented by the supervisor and direct the supervisor to sign said agreement.
Second.
A motion, a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Carried. And anybody who has any questions, this will be at Town Hall and available for anybody to see. And it's just the agreement.
Will that be on the website too, Donna?
I can put it on the website.
Okay, it'll be on the website. Legal.
I presented the town board with a resolution this evening, and I'll read it into the record. It's relatively self-explanatory. Town of Lewiston resolution clarifying town board resolution 2022-014, whereas the town of Lewiston passed a resolution on the 14th day of November 2022 2022 relative to the distribution of COVID-19 pandemic and COVID-19 essential worker premium pay. And whereas the town of Lewiston Town Board has determined the clarification of the term, quote, eligible employees is now necessary relative to said payments, now therefore be it resolved that the resolution 2022-014 is hereby amended and clarified to define, quote, eligible employees, with the exception of the town clerk and highway superintendent, as those employees who were active employees as of the date of resolution 2022-014, parentheses, November 14, 2022, end parentheses, and those employees who, upon the retirement, receive full New York State pension benefits, including retiree health benefits from the town of Lewiston.
You ready?
Yep.
Move for approval as read by the attorney.
Second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No.
You're voting no?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Motion carried. Anything else, Al?
No?
Bob, engineering?
All
Anything?
fine, Mr. Parker.
Jackie, finance.
I have put into your board packets a total of 7 2023 board revisions, budget revisions, sorry. And I ask that the board approve those budget revisions tonight.
Move for approval as presented.
Second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Councilman Guyven.
Other than the Jazz Festival, Northwest Jazz Festival was fantastic, and I commend all those that were involved as facilitators, sponsors, volunteers, and attendants. It was great. Nothing else.
I concur. Councilman Jacoby.
The first thing is I'd like to make a motion that we approve the intermunicipal agreement for the School Resource Officer Program Partnership. And that's with Newport, obviously. And do I need to get into the details of that?
I don't believe so. It's just they're adding a second officer.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's paid for by the school.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
It's a 0-7.
Yeah, and it was the schools who requested it.
John,
Yeah.
is that a motion? I'll second it.
Yeah, it is a motion.
Second,
We have a motion and a second. Any questions?
do we have to direct you to sign it?
Yes.
Yes. I make the motion that we allow the supervisor to sign it.
As
Second.
well. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
The next thing is sort of interesting. There is an old schoolhouse in Sanborn, and they're moving it to the Farm Museum. But in the process of looking into this, we discovered that's really an old building. So our Historic Preservation Commission sent us a letter, and they'd like us to designate it as, and let me use the right term, as a historic designated building. And I'm making that motion.
Second,
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I drove by it the other day, and they already started to get it set to move. And
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting. I'd like to see how they're going to move that. It's not a small building.
moving it is one project. Dealing with all the artifacts in it is another issue.
Yep. Okay, now I have another thing for the planning board approved in a regular session, and actually recommends that we approve in a regular session. It's a single lot subdivision from Crystal Dillard on Ridge Road, SBL 90.00-3-8.1. It's for a variance was granted, and they looked into the variance, they have no problem, and they don't need a seeker, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So really, we can act on the planning board's.
Well, hold on. It says here,
It's got a
it
negative
says the
deck.
planning board recommends a negative deck with regard to
They
seeker.
approved the negative deck.
Oh, I'm sorry, okay, I misread that. Okay, then I'll make the motion that we declare a negative deck.
Second,
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
And then you have to have a second motion to approve.
Yes. And I make the motion that we approve the single subdivision.
Second.
Hold on, real quick. Go ahead, we have a motion and a second. I just want to add to it that it's one lot subdivision on Ridge Road, SBL 90.00-3-8.1. So I want to modify that motion.
Did I say it wrong?
No, I don't think you read that. No, I apologize, I didn't hear you read it.
I'm sorry, I read it way down at this end.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Now we have another one, and I was in attendance for both of these meetings. This was the second one. It's a site plan that Mr. DePietro submitted for Buffalo Street. And he's really jumped through hoops, and he's made modifications and additions, subtractions. And the last meeting, he was up in front of them for a long time. And he made some, concessions. And he's got a nice plan, and I'm recommending that we approve that. I'm making that a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions, real quick. Ed, I know that this isn't the hat you wear, the fire department. Is there any issues with the approval of this? I know there were some concerns before from a fire aspect.
I think they cleared up everything that we needed. David, come back.
That was at the meeting.
Yes.
Okay.
And I was there, I think we're all set now.
Okay, yeah. Good. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, now the next thing is, we received a letter from HAL, the Historic Association of Lewiston, and it seems that their roof started to leak quite badly. And when they investigated, a couple of limbs had gone through the roof, part of the roof, and the rest of the roof was pretty sad state. So the cost has come up at $52,500. Now they're getting some insurance money, they're seeking donations, and we are going to contribute, I'm going to make a motion that we contribute $15,000 towards the repair. And, it seems like a lot up front, but if they don't get it done quickly, then it really could do a lot of damage to that museum, and it is an asset to the community. So I'm recommending that we chip in $15,000.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second, and Jackie, that's going to come out of?
B-Fund miscellaneous revenue.
Okay.
Say that again?
B-Fund
B-Fund.
miscellaneous revenue.
Okay.
Do we have to phrase that motion in any particular way? It just is that it's a contribution.
Just think that where it's coming from, it's going to, for what purpose.
Yeah.
As long as they're appropriate account, I think we're
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Do I have approval to process the budget revision for the 15,000?
Okay.
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Bill, you want to second
So,
it?
second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay. Now we have, the police department wants to hire a new part-time police officer, and his name is Stephen Stucknick. And he will be paid at the contract rate, and his brief history is that he's already a police officer in another community, and he's from this area originally. He was with the fire service here in the village. Yeah, one of the companies. And I'm making the recommendation that we approve hiring him.
That's a motion.
Yes.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
And I believe, much to everyone's relief, that's all I got.
Okay, Councilman Morial.
I have 3 sewer refunds, people that filled their pools, sewer refunds. They were approved by Jeff Ritter. And I'm going to read the amounts and the names, and if I can get a vote on that. The first one is Katie Hoyle for $30.59. She lives at 1060 Upper Mountain Road. The second one is Alicia Kramer for $81.80. She lives on 4092 Calkins Road. And the last one, why am I not seeing the name here, is for Colleen Parker. Okay. for $57.26. And she lives on Kenwood Drive. So that'll be a motion for the forgiveness of them three.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, next on my agenda, I have a local law establishing a 6-month moratorium on new applications, approvals, and/or construction or installation on solar energy systems or solar farms. This is, we're going to do a public hearing at our next meeting, September 11th, 6 o'clock here, and I'd like to make a motion to establish this moratorium. And the law will be online at the
Second.
town's website.
Do we need a motion to introduce a local law? Yeah, okay. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. There'll be a second public hearing on the 11th.
Okay, now, we have a town vehicle that's not in service anymore, it's not needed. It's a 13 Ford Escape SE four-wheel drive. It was used by our inspections department, and I'd like to make a motion to place it on Auctions International for sale.
I'll second the motion with a question.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Can we put in a minimum bid on those?
Oh, we could refuse the
We
bid.
can refuse
Just
it.
refuse it.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to see it, it's out there in the parking lot. It's a white one. It's a nice car.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
And we have, last thing, we have a furnace in the town hall down in the basement. It's approximately 20 years old. Everything's, has a shelf life, and it needs to be replaced. It's being a little proactive instead of waiting for it to break down in February when it's 20 or 10 degrees outside. I like to get it replaced. And I went out and got 3 bids. 2 of them come under our procurement policy. So I'm going to make a motion. I checked, the bids that came in had different furnaces. And I did some investigating, which one was the best quality furnace. And I'd like to approve Steve's Heating and Air Conditioning's bid for $7,700. And it also includes a new air conditioning unit, coil, the compressor, everything. So it'll be completely replaced, and we should be good for another 20 years.
That's a motion.
That's a
I'll-
motion.
I'll second it.
Just to clarify, it's a Lennox 70 BRU.
And it will be paid out of the H98 fund,
And a question?
Yep, go ahead.
That's the whole unit, the furnace and the air conditioning?
air conditioning.
That's a good price.
Yeah.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
And I think that's it.
Okay. Councilman Myers.
Just a couple more events up in Sanborn at the Farm Museum and Historical Society. On Sunday, September 17th, from 8 a.m. till noon, there's an all-you-can-eat country breakfast. It's $10, and public's invited, no reservations needed. And then there's a regular meeting of the Sanborn Historical Society on Tuesday, September 26th at 7 p.m. at the Farm Museum with a special program entitled Country Folk by Ray Stainer.
Okay. Thank you. Resident statements. I don't have anybody signed up. Does anybody wish to speak? Yes.
Meanwhile, on River Road, how would you clarify that the COVID regulation that you went through about essential workers? Is it something that can go on forever?
No, back in 2022, my understanding was provided a stipend by the state for essential workers who work. That time period when no one was really supposed to be out.
I believe it was federal money, correct, Jackie? It was federal money. It was the federal COVID money.
The
We-
town had the authority to dictate who got it. So in reviewing the resolution, it was a little bit vague as to the definition as to who eligible employees were. We were just clarifying. You're welcome.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. We're going to move to executive session with no action taken. Consultation with the attorney. Upcoming board commission meetings. Town hall will be closed on September 4th for Labor Day. A work session on September 11th at 6 p.m. Our Historic Preservation is September 12th at 5:45 PM. Our Environmental Commission is September 12th at 7 PM. Our Zoning Board of Appeals is September 14th at 6:30 PM. Planning Board, September 21st at 6:30 PM. And then our regular town board meeting is on September 24th, I'm sorry. No, 25th at 6 PM. And I would ask for a motion to move to executive session.
Second.
Motion, second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, everybody.
Jeff.